Hello, guys. This is another episode of Deadass the New York Minute podcast. I am your host, Zay, hostess with the mostest. Y'all gonna eventually get tired of me saying that, and I don't give a fuck. But back again, I'll let the man introduce himself.
What's going on, people? I am Antonio Ache, doing what I do. Real quick, that hostess with the mostest thing is normally for ladies, right? Like
It is.
I know it's 2021, and we're supposed to be all progressive and
Shit.
non-binary or whatever, but yeah, is usually just host with the most for dudes and then hostess with the mostest for ladies. But I mean,
all right, you know what? I'm gonna fix that part. So it's gonna be host with the most. I'm gonna be the host with the most. Damn, I hope nobody took it like crazy. Like, oh, is he a bitch? Like, no, I'm not.
I don't think anybody in the audience was like, I told you
that. Yeah, I told you.
It was
he might not show it
right?
on social media, but he is. Listen, he's transitioning.
I'm sorry. That would be a stretch.
I mean, I look like a crazy dyke right now. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, I could go for a good dyke. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could just.
I don't know, bro. I ain't never seen one that won't like appropriately lined up. Like just like everything just.
Oh, everything lined up. Shit. Yeah. I don't know.
You gotta have like a thick ass bit of baby hair.
Oh yeah, I gotta work on the baby hairs. I mean, and I gotta cut the hair. I'm transitioning. You can't just like jump out like that. You gotta slowly transition. Sooner or later, the hair won't grow in no more. Skin will be all nourished and shit.
Yeah, so what is new this week? What you been up to?
Man, there's a lot on the docket. Today I have a few topics that we can get into. One of them Squid Games, because that is the number one movie, series on Netflix right now. They're getting a lot of endorsements. And just a lot of screenplay. Next is we're going to talk about the IRS digging in our accounts every time we spend over $600. Goddamn bastards. They've been raping me. Not physically, guys. Financially for the past few years, which, it's not okay.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, so
I legit got excited.
Ain't nothing like you've been working your whole damn year or two or however long you've been working at the job. They over here taxing the shit out you, and all you need at the end of the year going into next year is just all that money that they took from you. And these motherfuckers say, hey, sorry, that 2,000, 3,000 you're gonna get, you owe us that. I don't know how you owe us, but you owe us. Come give it.
Facts. And like, they're not the ones that you can, well, I mean, I don't dispute it. And that's probably because I have enough trouble as is. Like, I don't need to have any reason for them to spotlight me for anything. Like,
right, exactly.
I'm just trying to coast through this. Let me be. And when it comes time, because like a lot of times people are like, oh yeah, I got this much back and da da da, and I'm like, damn, you ain't even got a kid. Like, what is going on?
Right.
But I'm not getting it, and I have not gotten it for a while. Now there were 2 years that it was my fault, and I take that. But they stay in the pockets though. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yo, this is I don't want to speak too soon, but this is like the only year that I actually got the money back, and it was mine. Like, oh, it's mine? This is how much I'm getting back? Shit, I was in school for a little minute, but okay.
I got so my I was sitting there with my tax attorney. No, my people were going through it and everything, and I'm like, all right, are we good? And like the past however many years, every time I filed taxes or whatever, I had to like pay for TurboTax or whatever the fuck. And I go to hand my card over so that, it can be ran and I can be done with the process. And this time she was like, yeah, so you're going to get back. Okay, you're getting some money back. And I was like, for real? She's like, yeah. I was like, all right, cool. So then it goes to like, what you have to pay TurboTax or whatever. And I got to hand her my card. She's like, we can actually take it out of your refund. And I was like, for real? Like I
Right.
didn't know these things as options. And then after I'm like on cloud nine, and I swear to God, I was only getting like $329 or some shit.
Damn.
I'm on cloud nine because I'm like, guess who doesn't know this guy? And then I get a thing in the mail that's like, hey, we found this thing randomly that you owe, so we're just gonna take your money. And I was like, why even tell me I was getting anything back? Like,
Right. You should have just kept it to
leave me
yourself.
on zero.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just keep it to yourself.
I get excited for nothing just for y'all to snatch it back. Like ridiculousness.
Yeah, that was that. See, that is wild. Like I hate when I get hyped like that and they be like, yeah, so and you gotta pay us $100. That's when I think that was the last time I went to like a TurboTax or Liberty or whatever that damn thing is. And they was like, yeah, you gotta still give us like $100. I'm like, so I gotta pay y'all, get the shit taken, my return taken to the, to the IRS. What about the $100 that y'all give? Y'all incentive, like we're gonna give you $100. Nigga, you only just giving me $100 out of my own money, god damn it. Like
Yeah.
you can keep that shit. I gotta pay you just to send my damn money back. Like I could have got somebody else to do it, you know what I'm saying? And that shit turned me off. So I just stopped going to that Liberty Tax shit. I was like, nah, I'm out of here.
That's it. I know a bunch of people that would go to like Liberty Tax or they go to like H&R Block. And matter of fact, this one chick that I worked with, she used to get her money back dumb early. Like she would get her shit back like beginning of February and shit. And I was like, how the fuck?
Yeah.
Like she was going to H&R Block or whatever, but I think they were taking an extra portion out in order to give her hers early. And I'm like, what's the point if you just gonna be broke in a month? Like
exactly. Like you're gonna spend the whole thing.
Yes. And she was one of those people that would get the check and do all that. But instead of like, I kind of understand when people go out and they're like, oh, I'm gonna get a TV or, oh, I'm gonna get, a toy or something for my kid or like, PlayStation, whatever. Sure. But she was one of those people that would start up a monthly subscription. And it's like, this isn't what you're getting paid every month. Like you got this amount and then it ends. It's a finite amount that you're about to run through. And you out here spending $60 a month on bullshit. Like, yeah, no. She was like, every time she'd come in to work and start talking about like what shows she saw because she got this package and that package. And I was like, use a dumb bitch. Like that's what this is.
Use a dumb ass.
Yeah, like you just gonna give them the money and just throw it all away.
Yeah, just hand it to them, right? Just here you go. Just here goes your money. Shit. Also on the docket, we got the Dave Chappelle. His last
the closer.
The closer is his last show or last episode, series, whatever you want to call it, with Netflix.
I mean, he said for a while, so who knows? But
yeah, and he might be back. He might be back. I know Netflix ain't trying to let him go. Like, come here, Dave. We're gonna give you a little break. You go a little PTO, but you gotta come back eventually.
We all know he can just walk away from money. So,
he doesn't mind. He doesn't mind. And I love that joke that he said where they was like, well, who the fuck are you? He's like, well, I left 50 million on the bus and I got off, bitch.
Exactly. And honestly, that was a really good way to think about it, because they were talking about like all of the changes and everything that needed to be made with the Me Too movement. And honestly, with so many different movements. Now, granted, it is always weird for people on the outside to discuss or judge how somebody decides that they're fed up with, how they're being treated. But if there are like smart alternatives, then that's what you would do. And in all honesty, that was a good ass idea. Like for him to just be like, for them to just be like, if y'all not treating us right, we going elsewhere. Or, all the dudes in here are being grimy and ridiculous. And like, I'm certain a lot of those people that were going through something or had to, have somebody look at them wrong or do some terrible shit to them, were with this manager, and this manager was like, it's the biz, it's okay, sometimes they touch you a little weird, just go home, take a shower, you're gonna get the role. And then after like the Me Too shit happened, that same manager was like, the biz, it was weird, it's changing, and da da da. But we got this other role for you. They should have broke up with them motherfuckers right then and there. They should have fired everybody that was involved with it and sought out those who were going to do better. But if you don't make the change, how do you expect the change? Or what's the old adage? Be the change you want to see in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
That's real shit. Like Gandhi is on it with that one, and people just don't live by it. They want the change to come from elsewhere. They want to like impose it on others, but you have the real power. Like
exactly.
If they wanted to do movies that were just dudes, they would do that. But they need the love interest. They need they need whatever. And if there's going to be somebody that's making like a progressive change and actually doing what you want them to do, support them. Boom.
Yeah, exactly. And that should be the case always. But I mean,
facts.
Look at the society we in.
See, when people start talking about like how you don't like exclusion and shit like that, I am a fan of knowing that inclusion is the goal, but also recognizing that sometimes you need to look out for your own. So like when they talk about like, oh, why is there a BET or why is there a this and that? Like, y'all weren't giving us spots. We made spots for ourselves. Granted, I know BET is probably like run by somebody that isn't one of us, whatever. But
no, I think it is. I think it is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I'll even fact check it.
I'm saying I may need some Googling because I feel like
CEO.
I feel like it's like run. I feel like it's like the company looks like it is, but it's actually owned by somebody that ain't. I don't know. Either way, the thing about it is like you have to create your own avenue until you make them bring you into theirs. You know what I mean? Like one of my favorite, and sorry to bring in some nerd shit into it, but one of my favorites was like Static Shock and a couple of other characters were created by this guy who worked with some of the big companies and did all this other extra stuff and then decided to start his own thing. And in doing that, he created something that like all of our people were like, yo, this is beautiful. We need this. Like, this is us. And they supported it and everything like that. Now, granted, there were struggles because it wasn't as big as DC and but at a certain point, DC had to take them and fold them in because everybody wanted them. Everybody needed them. Like we needed more representation of certain characters. And if you don't support and show that energy where you need to, you're not going to get that. That's why if a show starts and it's like like the new Wonder Years, I thought I wasn't gonna like it. Thankfully, I do. But even if I didn't like it, I was about to just play that shit while I was asleep. Like it was gonna
be views. Watching you.
It's gonna be watching. It's gonna get some views because I'm a support.
Yeah, and I mean, and we love Static Shock. A lot of us grew up on it, like and still wonder why there's no goddamn movie for it. But
they're working on it.
Yeah, and I'm glad. I'll be in support of it. Like I love a lot of the shit that they put out, which kind of makes me a little curious onto why a lot of these black shows getting canceled. I don't know what the agenda is.
Wait, the only one I can think of is Lovecraft Country. What's
Lovecraft Country, Black Lightning, fucking Luke, was it
Luke Cage?
Yeah.
That was something else. Like all the Marvel Netflix shows got canceled because they weren't under the correct umbrella, so they dropped them so that people would forget about them so that they could try to revitalize those characters in other ways.
Oh, so I mean, if that's the case, then yeah, but I mean, it's just kind of crazy. I mean, they canceled The Punisher. I mean, I love the show. I mean, I love the dude. He's actually hilarious. Like he got this Sylvester Stallone voice, like weird shit, but I like him as an actor. Like he's really good. I seen him in other projects, and I was just like, yo, you're the Punisher. I don't know why are you trying to be this guy? Like you're the Punisher. Like you kick ass. Like stop playing. But that was that's another topic. And then we got to talk about that whistleblower situation with the Facebook. And I know pretty much everybody was mad. I think I woke up and was like, what the fuck is going on? I thought it was just, everybody else is, for the people that's actually sitting there. Now, all I was doing was turning my airplane mode off and on But for those people that was actually calling the goddamn phone companies, is like, yo, T-Mobile, and cursing them out. It's like, yo, relax.
Yeah.
Because that was dumb. That was just dumb as hell. Because think about it. You can do everything else on your phone, but go to these two apps. Why would you call T-Mobile and be like, yo, what the fuck y'all got going on here?
Like, it's obviously not them, the app, and they're connected, so obviously it's just this company or whatever. Honestly, I took it as a day off because I normally be posting, like, especially I got a couple more posts that we have to do for Hispanic Heritage Month, and I was like, I refreshed and it wouldn't refresh. I kept seeing the same stories, and I was like, this shit ain't working. Yes, I'm not posting today. Like, that's it. Like, that's all I need. I just, it wasn't the end of the world for me. I did think it was funny because, like, whenever those, like, one of them goes down or a group of them go down, everybody reverts back to the last one or the next thing. So, like, Twitter was talking shit about Facebook and Instagram, and I'm like, y'all the same ones that be on it, obviously, because otherwise you wouldn't be talking about it. But like, I was like, yo, what happens if they take, WhatsApp and Twitter and stuff down? Think it's gonna log back into their MySpace? Like, what's the deal?
Exactly. And then MySpace started trending, which was funny as hell because I'm like, damn, if this shit is active, I might see if my account still work. But but then that makes it's funny because in that situation, it just shows why Twitter is so supreme and superior because nothing goes on with Twitter. And then they're like, oh, a lot of people was talking shit about, like, don't you fucking other people and grandmas be coming on this fucking app trying to talk shit. We don't want none of y'all. And it was just funny as hell. And then, a lot of people made some great points. They're like, yo, if this is the end, I'm cool with that. Like, that'll put a lot of people it was a lot of jokes about the influencers and the people that get paid off of Instagram. Then it was like, yo, if this is it, I'm cool with that. Like, it did its run, it did its thing, and fuck it. And I was sitting there like, am I comfortable with that? I mean, I got a lot of followers on there. I got to promote this pod, so I'm like, I'm not cool with it, but I mean,
there's always somewhere to promote.
Yeah, exactly.
But my thing is, well, I don't know. I enjoy Instagram. But I don't need it, like, honestly, I barely post on my own Instagram. I post on Comrom, and that's because, like, we need, engagement and whatever. So, like, that post that's a everyday, damn near, if not multiple times or whatever a day thing. But for my own individual Instagram, maybe I'll throw something funny in my story or whatever. Like, I don't feel the need to actively, like, post a picture on a regular basis. Although I said I was going to start taking more, like, but yeah, that's not that pressing to me. However, like, the most important part to Instagram to me, and this is shallow. I follow a lot of really good looking people. I like seeing them.
Listen, I think we all do. Do.
And, like, and not in like the self-deprecating way where it's like, oh, I can't achieve this, Nah, I just like looking at good looking bodies. So, like, and faces and junk. So, like, if you up there and you looking decent, I probably follow you for that reason. And I want to see that. Now, granted, if you get up there, you start talking about some cause, I'm gonna scroll away because that's not what I'm following you for.
Right. But I want to hear your cause.
Yeah, like, oh, it's great. You believe in something. Whatever. But
let's keep going.
Yeah, exactly. Like, who I didn't follow him because of thinking he was attractive or anything. It was Tyrese. I followed him. I don't even remember why I started following him, but he started getting real preachy, and I was like, nah, you gotta go, bro. like, if you ain't talking about the next album, like, cut it out.
Like, if you ain't talking about the next album, I just get you out of here. You know what? I got something to say for Tyrese. He's never gonna watch this podcast. But anybody that was that's a fan of R&B. I'm really upset they only came out with one motherfucking album. I remember where I was. Well, I don't remember where I was. I remember the year where I was living at. It had nothing. Okay. This has nothing to do with nothing. But I remember, I'm an R&B baby. So I was upset the fact, first of all, I was astonished by the fact that you can put three fucking guys like
You talking about
R&B, Tyrese,
TGT?
yeah, TGT, like you can form a
God
group like
damn.
that. And I was just like, I was curious. I was like, I wasn't too now, nobody kill me, but I wasn't too familiar with Tank, really. I mean,
What?
I wasn't like when you think of like the R&B kings, like I wasn't into his music like that. And then we already know Genuine's
He
Genuine.
won't sing for you.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what that was.
None of them were, believe it, none of them
Facts.
were. It was taking my bitch or something like that. So so and we know Tyrese and we know Genuine. So I was just blown by the fact that these guys formed the group, and I'm like, this is like the big three. Who gives a fuck about Boston Celtics? Like, and they came out with this album, and I think I might have heard it on Joe Budden's podcast. I forgot how I heard about it, but I heard about it and I went through it and I was like, yo, this album is fucking great. And I was upset at the fact that these motherfuckers couldn't get it together, put their egos and pride aside to come out with another album. Like, I'm never gonna hear another album with them three. Like, I gotta hear it individually, and I'm upset about that. I'm still upset.
Yo, I can honestly say, because I don't think I ever listened to the full album, but every time I've heard a song, I'd be like, oh, okay. And I look at it and I'm like, TG, what the fuck? Like, these niggas really did this. I thought they just like dropped like an EP or something. And it was like 4 songs. No, they did a whole project and I did not know. And I was late to catch it on the Tank, but I knew that he had like dumb vocals. Like, bro was behind. Matter of fact, I don't know if you know, he was he did some of the vocals in an Aaliyah song. I think Come Over.
I think he did say that. I think he did.
Yeah, because he was doing the all the shit in the background.
And I was like, found that out.
Yeah.
No. Listen. I want to say that I respect the shit out of Tank. Like, I don't want to, just because I wasn't familiar with his music, and I just got a little hype just now because I happened to just go on Apple Music and I searched for TGT.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're coming out with music. I think I just got listen.
Speak it into existence, brother.
No disrespect to the women, but I think I just got wet. But like it says Lofty 2, and that's a single, and it says TGT. Boy, if these niggas is coming,
I'm looking it up now too.
And they put the shit, they put their bullshit aside.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, don't listen. I'm gonna listen to that song later.
I'm gonna hit follow on them, so that I can make sure that I'm aware if a new song comes out.
Listen,
look,
Tyrese getting his black tie bag. Listen, this is gonna be crazy. Damn, I didn't mean to sidetrack us, but that was
no, you good. That's
listen. I love R&B, and that was a big moment. That was a big moment. So let's just get into our first topic. I know we segued it too much. Squid Games.
Yes.
Fun fact, I don't know if you heard it, but they said that first of all, did you see the director, the guy that wrote for them? I don't know if he was the director.
Yeah. I saw a picture of him.
Was he in the Squid Games?
That might be racist. Yo, okay, so dead ass. I thought the same thing though.
I said some shit that I won't say on here.
Yeah. And
I might have to like really just maybe save it for another pod, but I won't say it. Y'all won't cancel me, but it's some shit, but I'll save it. But all right.
So our listeners who are just listening and not like our audience who's just listening and not watching, you won't be able to see this, but this is dude, right?
Yeah, that's
I saw him. I saw the picture of him, and it was like Squid Games creator, and I was like, "Was this nigga in it?" Like
that was the first thing that came to my head. I was like, "Yo, wasn't he in it? Wasn't he the last one of the last few that survived?"
You thinking of the doctor?
He's not the doctor.
No, this is what they all look alike. This is the doctor. Okay. And then this is him.
Okay. See, they keep no, but the first picture you showed, it looked just like the doctor. I'm sorry, guys, if that wasn't the doctor. I
It's the
apologize.
glasses. That's all it is.
It's the glasses. It's the glasses. Everybody's glasses look alike.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you got this, but apparently he's been pushing this shit since '08
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and '09. Sorry if you
Fucking
guys
10
heard
years
that.
it took him.
That was the wife. She was correcting me.
What up, Cuzzo?
I don't know if she hear you. DJ said, "What's up?"
It's fine. We can talk later.
So he's been pushing this shit. '09. He's been pushing this shit for 10 years, and nobody wanted to hear the shit. But you got to think about it. 10 years ago, we wasn't as sensitive, and we would have seen some shit like that. It was like, yo, what the fuck? This guy's a nut. Like the fuck, keep that shit over there.
I'd still fuck
and shit.
So to me, this was very much like, especially because I had to watch the dub because I was like working during a certain portion of it. I mean, I was doing other things. I was cooking. I don't watch it on the clock, but
I was in trouble for that.
Yeah, but I wasn't always able to like just watch. So like while I'm cooking or whatever, I'd make sure I had the dub on, and it was essentially like the I described it to somebody as it being like live action anime because the plot and everything reminded me of some shit I would see in an anime. There's actually an anime about like people playing this game and dying from it and whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. So this is shit I'm used to. And I said that to somebody and they were like, what? I don't fuck with anime. And I'm like, not all anime is, niggas powering up to the next level. Some of it is weird, mind-bending, fuck with you type shit like this. And he was like, what? And I'm like, yeah. There's more to it that you just haven't seen the right one yet. But Squid Games had that sort of feel. And so like, I would have fucked with it 10 years ago. I'd have loved it. Like fresh out of high school. No, that's not true.
He's like fresh out of high school. No.
That's not the right time frame. But either way, whatever I was doing 10 years ago, I still would have fucked with this show. And I know I had a Netflix password at the time. So yeah, it probably won't mind.
How long was Netflix out?
Huh?
How long was Netflix out?
Netflix has been out for right?
Nah, hell no. Netflix wasn't out in '09.
No, you know what? I think it was. I think it was just the discs.
Oh,
yeah, because that's how old niggas is.
Yeah. Shit, you telling your age.
They were like discs.
Hold on. Netflix.
I'm intrigued. 1997.
What? Boom. Oh, it was founded in
1997. Yes.
There had to be some online shit.
Since 97, it's been they've been doing what they're doing, like with the discs and all that. And then they had, it's where you could put it on the computer, but it wasn't as mainstream as it is now, where everything like the TV can do it, the PlayStation can do it, like all it.
Listen, I used to be off the PlayStation on Netflix. That's where my hard times come from.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, fuck a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's where my shit started. Chicks came over for some Netflix and chill. Let me throw on this PlayStation. Bitch, we ain't playing no games. I'm about to play your game. Like, the fuck?
Yo, I hadn't done that for the longest.
What'd you say?
I hadn't done that for the longest. Like I always heard maybe people, Netflix and chill, whatever. I had never done that. And then I went over to somebody's house and they said we were gonna watch some anime and shit. And I was like, what?
You got your ass. They done put the cheese out for you and you bit.
Yo, my dumb ass was like okay.
Anime?
Yeah,
like, eat the cake, anime.
Matter of fact, that's why I like the show 7 Deadly Sins. It's a Netflix exclusive. It had premiered up there and I hadn't seen it. And I was like, what's this? And they were like, oh yeah, da. Start showing me or whatever. Got through like a third of an episode, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, like what's the shit on TikTok now? And they're like, where your clothes at? Like, that's what it was.
You turn around, you ain't got no clothes on. Like, what the fuck?
I was legit like, wait, so this character does that's all right, cool. I mean, I can take my pants off too, that's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
You want a match? That was shit. Crazy. See, that that brings us into a funnier subject because that was my whole game. Like, first of all, DJ, I tell you no lie, like I was 99.9 in my percentage and my success rate when you came to my house. Like, you came to my house, it's more than likely I'm gonna get some. I'll play your game. You said don't touch you. I got you. I won't even touch you. You're gonna watch this Netflix though, and then I'm gonna just find a way to persuade my way in indoors. Like there was this one chick, right? She came over. She used to work with me at the garden. She used to work with me at the garden, and she was like, she was like, she's like, you know, I ain't with no funny business. Like, we ain't doing nothing. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I don't, we ain't got to do nothing. Just come over. Just come chill.
Right.
First of all, you even being convinced to come to my house and you saying okay, knowing damn well you don't live in Queens, and you come all the way over here. Come on now. So I'm like, all right, no, we ain't gonna do nothing. So I think we was coming back late from the garden, and I was we was on the train, got there, had a little conversation. Now, mind you, I was texting her for a while. I don't do well. I just want to put this out there. I don't do well with women with kids. So she had like a little one, probably was like 4 or 5 at the time. So in my head, this ain't gonna go too far, but
right,
but I'll, it's the moment. So, I got her to my crib. I don't remember too much, but I remember her sleeping in the same bed as me, and I'm just like, oh, this bitch really don't know what she's in for. So, she's all doing this like chill, don't, I ain't trying to do nothing. I told you ain't nothing happening. I'm like, all right, cool. And I'm always, first of all, believe it or not, for those who know me, those who don't, believe it or not, I'm not a forceful person. I'm not, going against your will or nothing like that. I know a lot of guys that do that shit, and I know a lot of people that been through situations like that. And yeah, I'm not that guy. I still, to this day, I still ask for consent. Like, believe it or not, with my fiance, I still ask for consent. And y'all probably looking at me like, what?
Yeah, that's the thing.
But I still do it. And she's probably looking at me like, what the fuck are you asking me if you want to have sex? Like, nigga, like just get it popping. So, but I still do it because, like I said, you never know.
Yeah.
Not saying I don't trust her, but you just never know. Like, once women say no, you got to take that no. So in this situation, it wasn't even like that. Like, it was just, I just know that with women, and I've been around enough women that you can play fight your way into some pussy, or you can, you can persuade a woman into giving you some. Like, you don't really have to be forceful or rapey with that. So, I'm playing my game. I'm like, doing little touches here and there, not going overboard with it. And she like, all right, let's do it. I'm like, I thought you didn't want to do nothing.
Exactly. But the rest of the episode.
I'm just like, damn, not even halfway through the Netflix episode. And I'm just like, she's like, all right, let's do it. I was like, wait, are you sure? Now we don't have to do this. Are you sure? Right. There go my consent thing again.
That's right.
I'm like, are you
Sign
sure?
Right here, please.
She like, let's go ahead. I'm like, all right, killed in like 2 seconds, and then, went about my ways, and then, shit then, like I said, from the beginning.
Need you not to say you did it in 2 seconds.
Yeah, shit ain't last long. And that was that. But yeah, that was my whole game. Once I threw on that PlayStation, I had the Netflix going. Except for this one bitch, she went to sleep during the Netflix episode. And I'm just like, damn, I'm sucking on your titty and you go to sleep. Like, am I that corny? I had to really check
during the titty sucking.
Yeah, how you go to sleep?
No,
talking about I was tired, bitch. You live in Harlem. I got you all the way over here. You talk about I'm asleep.
Yo,
like,
that's
it's like you licking on the shit. You like, and then you just. Yeah, snoring. Like,
you realize the moaning stopped.
Yeah, just like, bitch, are you satisfied? Like, I'm boring. Did I get corny? I was like, nah, she gotta get up out of here. I had to escort her to the train station. Like, let me just send you home.
Yeah, that's part of why during my whole days, I rarely ever had anybody over my place, because if I want to leave, I'm a fucking leave. Like, if we done, check the deuces and that's it.
You know what? So, see, DJ, you seem like a very tall, muscular guy. See, you can be intimidating to some, believe it or not.
Yes, indeed.
And then you have the dread. So you can be intimidated, by some. So me, I'm not as tall. So I'm a little stocky, but I'm not as tall, so I might not look intimidating to some. So my thing was, believe it or not, I would never go to a chick's, and it was like a, because I used to live in the hood, so it's like you could call it a psychological thing or like whatever you want to call it. But me, I never used to go to the chick's crib. Like that was my thing. I would never go to your crib because if you're gonna like, let's just think hypothetically, if I was gonna get lined, I'd rather you line me in my crib. That way I know how to get in my crib. I know what I got in my crib.
All right, hold
I
up.
would not want to go to your hood and go to your
Whoa.
house and get lined.
I'm sorry. Context clues are not doing it for me. I think maybe I know, but I ain't lived in New York in a minute. What is lined, sir?
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, damn. God damn. I'm sorry.
I was like, gonna get lined.
So hoodology.
Niggas doing coke.
Was it the hood dictionary? So basically getting lined.
Wait. Can I guess? Is it getting fucked up? Like
yeah. It's a setup.
Like getting robbed or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
So you got it. Listen, you're not too far gone now.
Okay.
Too far gone now.
I didn't believe in myself.
But yeah, that's basically what it is. Because if you think about it, with us guys, we are smart. I want to put that out there. I hate when girls did that shit when we was younger. What was the damn? I forgot the fucking line. They used to be like, girls go to Jupiter. No, boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider. Yeah, some dumb shit. But yeah, no, and it is true. Women do mature faster than some men, supposedly. But we are dumb. And I say that because we will see a woman on, at a club or outside or at work or at school, whatever case it be, and just fall in love with her off the looks or her personality or whatever. But we don't know this woman.
Are we falling in love though?
Some niggas.
Yeah, true. Some people do, but I feel like,
I mean, come on. How many of us go to a strip club and spend the whole bank account to get this one bitch and then think that we're gonna pull the bitch out the fucking strip club? No, she's telling you everything you want to hear. You're falling for it.
Hey, real quick. Ask cousin if our cousins listen to this podcast.
I will definitely ask her that.
I'm saying ask her because I was gonna share something that happened. But I ain't gonna put them out there if they do.
I'm a text her.
Yeah. So, while you're doing that, I personally do not spend. I'm real frugal, especially when it comes to the strip club. Mainly because society is the way it is, and if I want to see you being legitimately naked or people being legitimately naked, it's super easy to find on online. Barely an inconvenience. Just Google it, boom, there it is. But I guess the thrill of like the person being in front of you or whatever. But I know that shit's not real. I know that you don't actually want me while you're doing what you're doing up there. That's whatever. So I don't think that I should have to come off extra dollars for it. I will let you know if like you zoom in on me and you're like, ooh, I'm about to dance on Big Boy over there. I'm like, hey, feel free to go get somebody else.
Not Big Boy.
Yeah, like feel free to go get somebody else your attention because you're gonna leave here mad otherwise. Like I got a smooth $3. Like I'm not dropping dollars like that. Like there have been times.
You know what? To piggyback off your situation, I am the same way. Like the funniest shit is like I have an attention. Like mind you, I am not cheap. I don't want that to be out there. I want nobody to think about like I can't go to strip club with this nigga. You can go to strip club with me. She's like, what situation? I don't know. He gonna speak on it. But just a little feedback. She said she don't think she knows of any other cousins watching this. But so yeah, that means you could touch base on that one.
Let's go.
Now, mind you, shit, where was I gonna get at? So basically, like I go in there with intent. I go in there with I tell myself, tell him to use code names if he doesn't feel confident. Yeah, he would. So and you can tell me off here, but I go in there with intent. So I normally, like I said, the most I ever go into a strip club with, and y'all could just Yeah, y'all have fun with this shit. I go with like $200. Once the 200 is done, I'm done.
Oof.
So there's no way I'm gonna sit in the strip club and just be there with no throwing no money. Now I'll sit there and I'll watch you, but I really hate the awkwardness when you're throwing your ass on me and I'm just looking at you like you ain't getting no more dollars out of me, bitch. Now there's several times where I had went into the strip club and I won't reveal too much, but I went to the strip club with other intentions. Like there was times where I brought to the secret room, and there was this one time. I could reveal this. There was this one time. This was like I was upset because the first night we went, me and my homeboy, we was going to now. I really hate this.
This
So
ought to
my
be
boy, my
interesting.
boy's in a wheelchair. Okay, my boy's in a wheelchair. Shout out to Jay.
Can
Um,
he actually feel anything?
yeah, he can feel it. He can feel
Okay,
things.
word.
It was he's
That's
he's
all you
he's
need.
he's really adamant on that type of time. So we go in there the first night, and it's like going into my birthday. So he goes, and the first night we over here enjoying ourselves. We went to some spot called Scandals in Queens Plaza. If anybody know about it, that's funny. So we go in there, and he tells me about a situation where he gets pulled to the back, and some bitch, sucked him off and some shit like that. And I was like, what? It's my fucking birthday. How the fuck this nigga get some shit like that? Now, mind you, this is
He's in
pre-COVID.
the chair, won't he?
Yeah, but this is pre-COVID. So, think
They
what
ain't
you want.
sucking dicks
Think,
now. You
yeah,
can't.
think what you want. We done stuck our dicks in anything, as men, as kids, as teenagers, we done stuck our dicks in a lot more worse shit than a stripper's mouth. So he goes and he gets his shit off and whatever. He tells me about it. So I'm like, oh, fuck, I just threw this money out, whatever. So the next night, I'm going in there, my birthday. I'm going in there with intention. I'm like, fuck this. So he thinks he's going in there for round two. He goes in, he goes in for round two, and I'm like, I was already upset. I'm like, this nigga's in a wheelchair, so they just fucking felt bad for him and they gave him a little suck off. Like that nigga could
That's what I
always
thought.
fuck. I was like, that nigga could always fucking get away with shit like that. So he goes in for round two with some new chicks, and he goes back there. He first of all, if as a man, I wouldn't have told this story, but he goes in there and I think he's thinking everything is okay, like it's gonna go like the first night. He said he goes to pull his shit out, and the chick said, whoa, whoa, what you doing? It's not that type of party. So he had to put him and his fucking manhood away because she wasn't trying to get none of that. So the nigga went to the private room and probably spent whatever for some lap dance, and she wasn't playing that shit. Now, as for me, I was on a mission, so I forgot. You know what? Even with and I hate for this to go anywhere else, but like even with me with like porn videos, like I'm very selective. Like I'll spend
Some time finding what you need.
embarrassing. I'll spend like an hour, maybe an hour and a half looking for the right video. So, same thing in the strip club. I'm looking for like the right one. I think I was I think I wanted one person. I had some ugly joint on me, and I was just like, didn't want to give her nothing. I'm like, she's cutting into my $100 that I'm, ready to for the night. So I was like, fuck it, let me give her a little bit of dollars so she ain't, too, on her, too bad in her way. So I was like, all right, cool. So then this one, I don't know if she was Dominican, she was Spanish and Hispanic, sorry. And she said, she was talking to me, but I didn't understand her. So, she got broken English. So she's like, you know, coming to back. So I was like, what? And I'm like, all right, but what we doing? Like, what's up? And she's like, come in the mouth. And I was like, excuse me, what? She said, come in the mouth. I said, if she just said what I think she said, I was like, she said, come in the mouth. I was like, so I go in the back. I'm like, okay, take me to your fucking, take me to your world. So I go in the back there, and we kind of get some understanding, because I'm trying to understand
The
it.
language barrier.
Yeah, we try to get some understanding about like what's about to go down. Like
Right.
you want me to come in your mouth? Like that's what you're saying? Like
That's what it sounds like.
so I'm like, all right, cool. You got your man's watching the door. So I'm like, all right. So all of a sudden, I pull my shit out. We came to understanding on the price. All of a sudden, her man's come out of nowhere, you know, or another woman, of course, and she's like, you know, one is like touching on my Johnson, and the other one is doing something else, and I'm just like, oh, well, I didn't ask for two, but I'll take the two.
Like, but it's
So
the same price though, right? Like,
that's what I
it's a
was trying
flat
to
rate.
figure. So I'm like, yo, so I go and you know, help them out a little bit because you know they ain't doing too much. And you know, now it's time to get my shit off. Get my shit off. And I think I done, you know, popped on both of them or something like that. And you know, they tried to get me on the end like the price that I wanted for both of them. I was like, whoa, I didn't tell your mans to join in. I told
Nope.
you, like, and we agreed to this. So I gave them the amount that I agreed for. Y'all split that shit. Like, you ain't gonna,
Exactly.
and they try
I
to bring
can't
the
help that you
bouncer.
was working
They try
half
to bring
price
the
today.
bouncer dude over there, and I'm just like, all right, well, she the one that negotiated the price with me. I can't help that, you know. But I got my shit off, you know. Fuck you talking about. So I told my man he was upset because you know he had got turned down. She told him to put
Should
that
have told
little
him which ones did it, and then
right.
he'd have got the right
Yeah,
ones.
she's like, yo, put your little man away. I ain't come for that, nigga. I don't even want that. Put that guy away. You said a lap
Yeah,
dance. That shit.
I've never been about that. Like so I will. What? You or me? Yes, I will. I will. I personally have been always about text me. I've personally always been about the idea of like, you know, you go in there with your friends or whatever, you have a good time, whatever. But I've never been the one to be like, yo, let's go to a strip club because like I said, I don't spend money like that. I definitely don't. Like the most I spent was in this. I damn sure don't do it around here because in Virginia / like freaking northern like what was it, upstate New York or whatever when we went, it was whack as hell. But my thing is, hold on, my thing is, if you're going there for that, sure, whatever. But like, I never expect that. I don't always say I do enjoy getting, you know, some top notch, but I'm not going in there looking for it.
Not the top notch.
Yeah, I don't go in there looking for it because I know I could get it for free. Not saying that others are doing it because they can't, but I've like my thought is if I can get what I can get for free, why would I ever pay for it? You know, so like in those situations, I'm always like, I'm good. Like, cause there was when we went to we were at Diamonds in LA, great club, recommend it.
I never
Apparently,
been there.
yeah, no, wait, what was it? No, did I say Diamonds in LA? Diamonds of Atlanta is what I meant. But so we went between Diamonds and Magic City. Magic City, they told us we should have gone on Monday because apparently Magic City Monday is like a big deal. And we were like, oh, word. But it's Thursday, bitch. We here.
Right.
So like we were in there.
You better do a Magic City Thursday for me.
Yeah. Yeah, just knew it. We were in there ready to do that. And it was a good time. It was a damn good time. There's actually a story that one of my people tells where he said I like fell in love. Whatever. It was the first club. It was the first strip club I went to because I had been out here for all the other ones. First strip club I went to where they showed everything. They took everything off. Like I completely understand the lyric where it ain't a strip club if they ain't popping pussy. Because if it's not out, this shit ain't real to me. So like I get that shit entirely, but like I spent the most there because it was everything was wonderful. It was a damn good time. I bought somebody else a lap dance. I got me a lap dance, but my cap was like I didn't even know say it because it's a minuscule amount. You was talking about going in there with $200. I might have entered with $200, but I damn sure wasn't intending on spending $200, so that wasn't even on the books. Like, but this particular story, I went to the one in upstate New York with some relatives, and I went to it was a real regular ass night. I don't know, like I think we were there for the weekend, right? Because it was a graduation that we were there for, and they were doing the ceremony on that Saturday. We went to this club on like probably a Friday night, maybe a Saturday night. these was Wednesday night strippers, like at best. They were trash in general. And one girl was like especially trash. Like this bitch had like a C-section scar and shit. Like, like she got up there, or they called for her to come up there. They called for her to come up there, and they were like, "Coming to the stage, Ruby," and like niggas got up from around the stage and walked out. Like everybody started going for smoke breaks and like freshening up their drinks. And my dumb ass is still sitting there. And then Ruby comes up, and I was like, "Oh shit! Like this is why Ruby was the hottest trash I've seen in a long time." and so like we're there, and I'm like, "Yo, I'm like I didn't even worry about not spending money that time. I wasn't pressed." But like there was, the other bits of the like Wednesday looking crew were there, and like they got like $1 or $2 here, sure. But somebody that I was with, one of my one of my relatives, because I was with two of them. Mm-hmm. One relative was like, "Where are we having fun? Whatever," talking to one of the stripper chicks, like, we're gonna do something outside of this or whatever. Like I think it was a party or something that they invited us to. Right. Sure. Another one was like, "Yo, let me borrow some money so I can go get some schwa in the back." And I was like, "Bro, first of all, if you don't have the money, you don't need it." Like that's exactly. Like I'm damn sure not. Like if I'm not spending money for me to get nothing, I'm damn sure not spending money for you to get something. Like the fuck, what I look like? It ain't your birthday or nothing. Like we're not here for you. Yeah, why do you think you can ask me? Fuck out of here.
Why do you think that's okay? Why do you think that's okay?
Yo, that shit was wild to me. And he was like making a big deal about it. And I was like, yo, why are you doing this? Like, why are you so hyped to get, something from these strippers? Like strippers in general, it's a no for me. But these strippers, nigga. I was like, come on now.
Right.
Do better for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's not that serious.
Yo, that shit was wild to me. But yeah, there's almost always a really interesting conversation. He was one of us.
Yeah, that is funny as hell. And it's like you never go in with the intent on anything else happening. I mean, except for me.
Oh no, I feel like he did. I feel like he had it in his mind before he got there.
What he should have did, he should have chose a video, got his shit off before he got in there. He came in with a different mindset.
Exactly.
We always change our mind after that gets off. So you should have
been looking at the videos the same.
Yeah, like he should have just did that. You would have went in there with a different mindset. Now, I mean, listen, there was crazy stories. I mean, I got one for Atlantic City when that same dude, like my guy, my brother, like he again going to one of these little side block strip clubs and talking about like he gonna pull something else. I'm like, all right, whatever, like fuck out of here. We in Atlantic City, like let's just go. Like she gonna have you waiting out here for nothing. Chick finally came out. Now, mind you, she wasn't all that. So me at the time, I was still in my this was before the clout came. This is before, I started getting into my whole phase. So I'm telling him like, yo, see if she could, break off one for both of us. Like, let's just see. My fucking selfish ass. I'm like, yo, let me see, like I said. Cause I'm like, damn, this nigga in a wheelchair. So she probably gonna just pop him off and he ain't probably got to pay nothing extra. So I'm like, all right. So we get to his room and I'm like, I come up with this crazy ass plan. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be in the bathroom taking a shower. And I'm just using your shower just to, buy time. So, you get your shit off and then I come out of nowhere like, all right, cool. So I was like, all right. So this is me just this is before I even was like really active. So, he goes and he's like, all right, I'm gonna see. So he goes cracker, whatever the case would be. So I'm sitting and, I took my shower, whatever the case would be, because I'm thinking, I'm like, how the fuck is this going to even be able to happen? Because I'm like, she probably going to think, how the fuck is the use of your shower? Like, so I'm seeing if this is going to work. So I go take the shower, whatever the case would be. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, what's going on? Like, I'm thinking he's going to crack her in a minute. And like, somebody knocks on the door and I go knock on the door and this bitch got like her shit on his face. I mean, his shit on her
His
face.
shit on her face. Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I don't think this is gonna go the way I wanted to. So I was like, I'm gonna just head on out. I'm gonna just head on out. Like I'm gonna just this. I thought, we could like get something going there, but I was like,
And she
nah,
could have wiped it off. If you was about it, you was about it.
she was going in there for the hot towel and to get like I was just like, but he had told me that he didn't really ask her for it, so it wasn't gonna go the way I was thinking. I was just like, oh shit, man. I was like, all right, I'll take the L on that one.
So this was a stripper that came to y'all room.
His room.
Word.
I feel like, you know what? I feel like the time, you know what? This is before I started working in hotels, so I feel like we were all staying in the same room. And he just asked us to kind of leave. So, because I'm thinking if I had my own room, I would have just been like, all right, bitch, come down, I'll pay you. And could have got it done. I don't think we had our own rooms. So I think we was kind of sharing a room. And it was
Word.
just more so like, all right, could you step out while I go crack this bitch and whatever case it be. So I'm just thinking like, oh, I gotta take a shower, let me just take my shower and whatever, just to buy him some time. But he never asked. So I was just like, fuck it. Like
That's
I'll
always
just
that's always I don't know. I feel like you gotta have the right I feel like you and whoever has to have that like agreement beforehand, like whether you discuss some shit just hypothetically and then it happens, or if you just be like,
yeah.
yo, like when this goes down, this is the plan. Like, because there's not all of your friends is gonna be about doing certain shit. And like I know people that are, I mean, not necessarily in my circle now, but throughout my life, I've known people that were the sort to just, knock a chick down together, or just one of them's doing it and the other one's just in the room, like waiting and shit. And I'm like,
now mind you, as sick as it may seem, like I was never the type to do like run trains. Like that's like, pretty much us both doing a chick. I don't know what that is.
oh no, I knew what a train was. Were you doing that for me or for the audience?
No, 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 no,
Like,
no, no. I'm saying like I never like I knew what the train was, but I was never into that shit. So I would never be the guy that be in the same room with the guy and we just but basically sewing the bitch. Like that's not something I do. Like I don't believe in and it's not that any type of craziness, but it's just like I just don't want to be in there with the dude and his shit out, my shit out. Like it doesn't fit me. So I
see,
just
we did. That's where we differ, because I was never about like I was never about like trains and shit, because I was always like a taking turns on them sort of thing. And even if the person involved was about it, it seemed weird to me. But if we're all about it, then we can all do like simultaneously. But we're not about to sit here and like I'm not about to sit on some cuck shit and like on the side, just like you almost done over there. Like no, like, that's not. And see, that's not the look for me.
That's my thing. Like if I was gonna be a part of, and let's just say if the train didn't work that way, let's just say if it was like one after the other, like you got to kind of wait outside. Like I was always wanting to be the first person that goes. Like I didn't want.
Nobody wants to be first.
Yeah, no, believe it or not, like there's some guys that wouldn't mind being like, all right, after you, I'll go. Like, but I just was never that. Like, if we were gonna do some shit like that, let me go first.
Are they choosing to go second and third? Because if that's the case, I feel like
there's people that would choose. And you know what? If you think about it, in that second, I went against my morals because I would have basically went second if she was okay with it.
Yeah. I feel like if you down with that, then you may as well just. And this might sound a little extreme, but I'm like, if you down to just to be the second in line, you may as well get your dick sucked at the same time, or like have her like working a hand, working a mouth. Like to me, there's no real difference except for the like weird little shame factor, like if I'm cool just entering this highway directly after you, then I may as well just get in the next lane,
right.
Find my own passageway, whatever, like,
and
I don't
go ahead.
No, I just don't think I don't know, because I mean, and porn makes you think more things are a regular possibility than they are, although sometimes they are.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of
It's
it's a lot of crazy shit in that shit.
yeah, but I feel like, I mean, in my experience, I've always been about just like, let's go ahead and, we're doing this. Everybody get, whatever they got out and let's, handle the situation. But like, I've never been like, yo, I'm gonna get my dick sucked and then you're gonna get your dick sucked or whatever. It's always been like we fucking, like
Yeah.
I don't have to fuck, have to fuck the dude there. We'll just fuck female or whatever. But we're all partaking in this. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen fun. It's gonna happen, what's that? Because
Right.
like threesomes are nice, but like, all right, somebody, the audience over here is shaking their head. Like, threesomes can be nice. That's the appropriate way of saying it. They can be nice, if everybody's, about it and doing things right. But like, I don't know that it seems way too transactional the other way,
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I've been
you
in a
take a number.
situation, and it's crazy because if you look at, see, that would be the only situation I would be in. But then, see, now I sound like a fucking a hypocrite because there was a time where I went to Colombia, and this is all before I got into a relationship, guys. So it was a time, it was a time I went to Colombia for my birthday, and it was me and this dude. I don't know if I told the story on the last part. It was me and this dude that I mean, I was cool with him off the strength of somebody else. They both worked for JetBlue, but he had the discounts at the time, so I rolled with him. So we had went to Colombia, and it was a certain time where I kind of wanted some, and I was just like, we seen some chicks, and because it was just like, if we see some chicks, then cool. But then I'm just like, I mean, the money, our US money is a lot more out here. So I mean, give these bitches like 2 pesos, which is probably like 3, 4, 5, $10. For me, it's fine. Let's just get it done. And very embarrassing story, but we had went to our hotel room because we were sharing a room. And that was the only time I could be in the room with a nigga, and he got his shit out, got my shit out. But I wasn't
Was it like
focused
two
on
separate
this.
females though?
Yeah, but I wasn't focused on him. Of course not. So
Of course not. That's not a part of it.
I'm over here killing this one chick, and I could tell the story. Whatever. It's
Hold on,
something.
now I gotta ask because I mean the audience probably wants some detail. I want a little bit of detail. You talking about y'all was fucking different people in
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah,
room?
yeah.
Okay, because I
Yeah.
was like,
So
y'all just
I'm
both getting head is whatever.
nah,
Go
nah,
on.
nah. Even there's 2 chicks in there, 2 of us. So I'm fucking this one chick, he fucking other chick, and he was he was doing shit, and it was funny to me because they couldn't understand our English, but obviously I can understand them. So it was funny because there were times where he was just like, "Damn, this bitch pussy's whack," and I'm just like, if we were in America, this shit would go left. So he's like, "This bitch pussy whack." I'm like, "Yo, you're wilding," and I'm just like, "Yo, if they could like, understand what he's saying, this shit would be crazy." So I'm hitting her.
I
And
thought you was about to say like he was talking about like switching partners and shit, like y'all just
oh,
hanging out.
wait,
But
I'm getting to the juicy details. So, so I'm fucking this chick, and then I guess you could probably see where I'm going with this. So I'm fucking this one chick, and I'm like,
damn.
something's not right here. All right, let me maybe now, mind you, I got a condom on. Let me just put that out there. So I'm fucking this chick.
Damn right.
And I smell something, and I'm like,
Yikes.
it doesn't smell pleasant, but it's not a bad vagina odor. I mean, a vagina odor. It's her ass. Like,
That's what I was about to say. Like those
yeah,
are
it
the
smell like, she just took a crap, came outside. Just, I was like, oh, nah. So I'm telling him, I'm like, yo, sis stink. I think we need to switch. And it's not
you
getting
gonna
over there.
say.
And then
You
my
gonna
brain is like fucking crazy because when shit don't go right up here, it's not going right down there. So my shit,
That's facts.
sense of smell, just said nah. So I was like, yo, let's just switch. He's like, all right, cool. I was like, this nigga agreed to switch bitches.
Yo, after you told him that you smelled shit?
Yeah. So
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. My
Yeah,
thing
so I'm like, I'm
if
like,
if you have, and I'm with you, I'm with you. The moment that I feel like if you are only a certain type of person can smell shit and keep going. Like you don't,
right.
once you smell shit, usually there's a disconnect unless you bout it. So like
No, I
that,
wasn't
if
about it.
dude switching with you after that is ridiculous.
So
Cause
we
I would have been
switched.
like,
So
I'd
we
be like, no,
switched,
sir.
and this is the funniest shit. We switched, and I'm like, all right, she's good. She don't smell.
Mm.
Next minute, I got my shit off. I was good. Boom. This nigga goes and he's hitting her, and he's like, "Yo, you right. This bitch ass do stink." And he's like going crazy, and I'm just like, "Yo, you sick motherfucker! Like you gonna keep going?" But I'm like, he's a
Yeah.
nigga that like to get his ass ate, but that's the whole nother story. But
Don't say it like those are the same thing. Like, come on
no,
now.
I'm just saying, if you, I mean, listen, if you like to get your ass ate, as a heterosexual male, I got some questions. What aren't you down to do? So
So listen, that is a hell of a statement for you to just
I mean,
drop like that.
listen, it's two different things. I know.
Listen, and I'm not even saying because like I'm not like an advocate for it or anything. I understand what it's about. I get those that say that it feels good or whatever. But like that doesn't mean that you about shit like ever.
No, that's true. No, that's true. That's true. That's true. But in my head, I was like, if he's down to do that, because that honestly, I say that because I think he was the only person that I knew that openly admitted that, and I respect him for that. Openly admitting that he likes that done as a sexual
Back
preference.
before a trick daddy.
Yeah. Yeah, basically trick daddy. So
Yeah.
nobody that I know said that. So I was just like, oh shit. So I didn't put it past him. But I still was like giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, the fact that he switched me was crazy.
Yeah,
And
yeah, he was wilding.
he did that. He's like, yeah, you right, this bitch. And he's like hitting her, like just going crazy. And he's like, yeah, you right, this bitch ass do stink. Fuck. And I was laughing because me and this chick done, we wrapping it up, and we like, all right, cool, gave her a couple pesos, and
I think it
he
was the
did his
thrill of the fact that he could say whatever while doing it, because you can
right,
never get away with that regularly. You could
right.
never in
Imagine.
your life just be like, this pussy is trash. Like that's never a thing you can get away with. So
Right.
that thrill in and of itself probably was what it was. Because I mean, I wouldn't have switched with you, but I damn sure would have continued talking shit. Like
I
I'd have
don't
said all
even
kinds of
I don't
things.
even know what I would have done if he didn't switch with me. I probably would have tried to get some head, but then I heard about going to other countries and fucking with other chicks, so I probably wouldn't have. She wouldn't have. She would have had to suck it with the condom on, and this wasn't a flavor condom, so she would have had to do that. So, but like for him to like keep going, and I think he might have got his shit off. I don't know, but I'm
He
just
probably
like,
did.
yo, this
Sound
shit was
nasty enough.
crazy. It's that was like a crazy story that I just literally got to put in the top tens, tops 20 in my life. That is just hilarious. Like,
Yeah, that's title worthy right there.
yeah, no,
Like,
that was crazy. And I hate the fact that we really got off subject. We
we
kind of swayed
did.
and we kind of swayed away from the other topics. But we can always continue those topics on another podcast. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
I think this was funnier than those other topics, to be honest with you, if I had to
Yeah,
choose.
this was just a natural flow. I don't know how it
Yeah,
happens, but
no,
it
this was
happened
crazy because we didn't. This was not on the docket. Like this was not
at
part of
all.
the talking points. This is not a bullet point. This was nothing. Like that. Just I don't even know how we got from Squid Games to strip clubs, but it was funny as hell.
And that's the title right there. From Squid Game to strip clubs.
Right? Do you want to play a game? Like,
Yo.
looks like we played several games.
Good
and,
God.
and it's funny because I haven't been to a strip club since, and I really want to go. Like, I mean, they're like open and closing in New York, so I don't really
Mm.
know. And then now I'm just like kind of worthy. I'm just like kind of like leery on this whole vaccination, non-vaccination thing.
Right.
So I'm just like, I gotta be vaccinated to get into a strip club and throw money at these women that I don't know if they really vaccinated and stuff. So,
Yeah, that's what it said.
so it's
So
just it's just
unvaccinated pussy flapping in your face.
right. And I'm like, for my birthday, I'm gonna have a couple strippers over and they're gonna have the mask on. It's kind of weird getting like,
It's
mind
so
you,
weird.
no,
You will
no,
have
listen,
everything else out, but
yeah.
you're gonna be looking like
If
Katana
anybody's seen
stripping and
my
shit.
Instagram stories or seen any of my videos with the strippers on my birthday, like they had masks on. So I'm surprised nobody asked. Like, first of all, if anybody would have seen the actual video with their titties out and all that, and the amount of people that was in that room, they probably been like, "Oh shit!" Like, no lie, I thought I caught COVID in that room. I was like, "Yo, I got all these people in here that I haven't seen in a while or never seen before. They ain't got no mask on. Everybody's treating it like it's normal in here." And I work in hotels, so I'm thinking every time I was super paranoid because I'm like, yo, this can never go in the strip club. I mean, strip club. See, strip club going crazy. This could never go in the hotel that I was working at the time. That would never fly because somebody would have complained. We would have got all kicked out. I'm surprised nobody knocked on this motherfucking door to say, yo, it's too many motherfuckers in here. It's like 15 of us in there, and it's like 2 strippers in there, and the strippers are wearing the mask. So I didn't feel like I needed to wear the mask. So they was getting busy, taking their tops off and all that. And I was just like, yo, this is crazy. But I legit thought I was going to catch COVID after that. I was like, if I'm going to catch COVID, let this be the time. Because
I mean, that's a good enough reason right there. Like,
yeah, I was like, let it be a good enough time because
I got COVID, nice. But also look what she did with this tennis ball. Like
they even ball, like I looked at my fiance, your cousin, and I was just looking because everybody's looking like the stripper about to get on him. What the fuck you gonna do about it? And she like, oh, it's okay, I'm fine with it. Then they took her to the side, titties thrown in her face. Oh shit, you thought he was the only one? I know he the birthday boy, but you gonna get some work too. And I was like, all right, cool. You getting both of us.
Right.
And she enjoyed herself. So, that was the besides, and then, a few weeks back, that was the only time I had some interaction with some strippers. But the strip club atmosphere, I don't know if it's the same. Seeing all these strippers with fucking masks on, it's gonna be different. It's different.
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody with mask on, matter of fact. How you go to the VIP room with the mask on? It's just like we could barely breathe. She can barely breathe. She went 3 songs on my shit.
I was gonna say that, like, they gotta have some bitches passing out from exhaustion and some more shit. Just twerk.
And right, right. Fucking die in your fucking lap and shit.
They're like, God damn it, we got another one down.
Yeah, another one.
These bitches just dropping like flies.
Yeah, shit, they passing out. Exhaustion. We gotta drag them out. The crazy part is, so literally, you know what? I'm trying to question for anybody that's been to the strip club in the past, within the 2 years.
Yes, that's a good one.
What happens? Because you can't suck on a bitch titties. You're leery on touching a bitch because, like, are the chicks still taking off their tops? Or, like, I know in Atlanta, but like, are they still? Because you got to think about it. If you talk about COVID, it's like
you can't catch COVID through your titties.
No, you can't. But that means you can't have no interaction with a titty but your hands.
So in the comments, please, if you've been to a strip club since all of this craziness, let us know what's the new norm. Like, what's the deal? How does it go?
How does it go? Started. Because I'm like, when I was going to the strip club, it's like she took her top off, you could touch on some titties or whatever. I mean, niggas wasn't kissing the strippers. But shit can get off that I don't think you could get off during COVID. You know what I'm saying? With this Delta variant, you gotta have the mask on, so you can't really see the bitch mouth. You don't know if her teeth is right.
I feel like that's probably a good thing because sometimes some teeth be fucked up.
Be crazy.
And if that's the case,
she got her teeth done. I would hope
keep that shit up there. Don't hit me with the Melina jaw. Like, nah.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. Don't pull them teeth out, baby. Just let me just pull a mask up for you.
Some bitches gonna be mad when the masks go away.
They are.
They've been sneaking niggas left and right.
Yep, they've been hiding, getting their teeth done. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so That saved a lot of ugly people. I tell you that.
Facts.
Saved a lot of ugly people. We just had that mask on. You probably look like the best thing in the world until you pull that mask and oh shit, bitch, your lip.
They
What is that
start
on
doing
your
all
lip?
the extra eye makeup and shit, doing all the little shit off to the side. Yeah,
Yep.
because that's how
Yep.
they catch them. They catch you
And,
with this right here.
yep. And I'm judging the women that had the fucked up dirty mask. Like, you ain't got another
Dirty
spare. You
mask.
ain't got another spare disposal on you now. No, because some of them,
Oh,
wear
they
heavy
wearing like
makeup.
the blue.
Yeah, heavy makeup
Oh,
should be looking crazy. Like,
that's
come on
gross.
now, wear switch your mask out.
That's facts.
I don't want your shit looking filthy and like, come on now, switch the mask out. There's more disposables, okay? Or
That's
get one
facts.
that has like
Get a regular one.
get like a regular one with like a dark color, so that way if it does get on the mask, you don't really see it. But like they be wearing the shits that they be wearing at the hospitals, and that little white interior that should be getting filthy in a second. So as you put on your face is dirty, like so it's like, nah, man, I'm judging you off your mask now. Judging you off your mask. That is crazy.
I'm fucking weak.
But damn, I'm sorry, guys. We still had
It's
we
all right.
still had 3 other topics that we're gonna get to. I promise we're gonna get to it. I know y'all probably want to hear some of the shit that we had to say. But we did dive into it a little bit though. We did dive into a little bit of stuff. We didn't go fully involved in it, but we could always
So if you want to drop a little tease for the next one, so that give them a reason to another reason to tune in.
Yeah, for sure. So our other 3 topics, like the IRS digging into your pockets, for every time you spend 600. So that's for every transaction, you will be taxed for it, and they'll be in your account. So if you're not, and apparently, for the people that don't know, the $600 and them investigating your bank accounts, it's primarily for the wealthy people that are not putting shit and not claiming shit, and that's what it's for supposedly. But I'm just like, why don't you just do that for the wealthy people and just don't worry about us that don't make enough.
Exactly.
A lot of us are not even making $90,000-$80,000 a year. Why are you gonna investigate our accounts? I know a lot of y'all got the PPP loans and shit like that. Investigate the people that did the PPP loans. Like, then now they got some other shit out that I took a picture of earlier about they giving you like 15,000 for if you haven't worked for some time or some shit like that. I was just like, yo, this shit is nuts. I'm not doing this so I could get taxed crazy. We already just said that the IRS was gunning for us. Like I was a primary target. Like I was over here. I think the only reason why they kept coming after me because for a certain time I didn't have health insurance, which I think is completely bullshit because if I don't want health insurance, then why are you fucking penalizing me for the shit?
That's facts.
So I guess they were doing that. And that's pretty much what happened, and that's why they was gunning for me every year. Word. But all I can say is Dave Chappelle, thank you. And that whole Facebook situation, that was wild because Mark lost $7 billion, and apparently, I'll touch base on it more later, but apparently the person that worked for Facebook or worked under him or whatever the case would be basically came out and said that Facebook, quite like other apps, are putting content out that
targeted shit.
Yeah, that will pretty much, have you stay on the app longer. So if the algorithms show that you are more receptive and responding to how you felt about Trump and, while he was president and some of the policies that he may have passed or some of his comments that he made in the public, they're going to keep promoting that on these apps. So that way they get a response out of you and keep you on the app longer, which pays them and keeps the app going and making money. So I think that is crazy, but for some of us, it might be something that you like or enjoy. So that's pretty much how I got on that whistleblowing thing, which was crazy.
So that and the and more of the IRS stuff is what we talking next time, or
yeah, we could touch base on that next time. We go in full detail.
I'm with it.
But I think the shit that we talked about earlier is really what made the pod this episode, because that shit was funny. And the fact that I thought the damn creator was the same guy. I really thought they was the same. You could not tell me that they're not the same person. Like,
It's
what?
the glasses, man. It's the
I was
glasses.
like, oh shit, they put on glasses and the next minute they fucking look alike. Shit. Maybe that's why they think black people look alike. We put on glasses or do a certain haircut. How many people said I look like now? Don't laugh at me, guys. People done said I look like Ludacris, Raymond Felton. They didn't said I look like all the people under the sun. And I'm just like, damn, it's fucked up that you think all black people look alike. Now, the minute I say all Asian people look alike, I get, fucking some hate.
Get canceled before you get started. Just that quick.
Just get canceled. Like, I didn't say that. I just said that he just looked like the creator, and I just thought they was the same person. Simple mistake on my behalf. But that's all we got today, guys. Tune in, subscribe, share, like.
Where at though?
Yeah. And I'm Zay. And you can also check me out on Twitter, Julius Curvin. And you can also check me out on Instagram, Julius_Curvin. If you got me on Facebook, then that's what it is. I'm not going to reveal my real name on Facebook. So if you got me on Facebook, you just got me there. Yeah.
All right. And you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Instagram and Twitter under Antonio_ACHE, pronounced Ache, and also the YouTube and Instagram for my other channel, which is Comrom, or it's just at Comic Romance. So
check that out, and definitely support us at Deadass the New York Minute Podcast on YouTube. And we'll be back with another one. And I promise we're gonna keep up the funnies. The funnies are good. The funnies are good. You gotta get a laugh a day. And if you can't find it anywhere where else, then make sure you find it
definitely
here.
Come to us.
Yep, definitely come to us. And we are out. See y'all next time. And we are gone. How do you? Okay, got it.
Recording has stopped.
Recording has stopped.